Hey guys, real quick, there are some flashing lights in the video I'm reacting to. It's nothing too crazy. I've reacted to some stuff that's far worse with it, but I just want to give that quick warning, so if you're photosensitive or anything, just, have that in mind. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the reaction. It was a great one, and, yeah, enjoy the video. Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel. Now, I know in the last video, I said to be checking out the BABYMETAL Plus track Better, I believe it's called. It's already left my mind. But BABYMETAL sort of unexpectedly released a new track, and I knew it was going to be coming this month, and I knew that when it released, I was going to be reacting to it immediately. I just didn't know it was going to be happening today. So yeah, we're hopping into this, getting this done, because I'm not waiting around for BABYMETAL. It's all-time favorite band, but, yeah, we're checking out Divine Attack Shingeki by them. I apologize if I'm butchering that pronunciation. Japanese is a language that I still have not quite gotten the, I suppose, structure of with pronunciation and everything. I had to look up how to pronounce that, and I think I got it right, but there's no telling. But yeah, we're checking this out. This is, I believe, the track based on, the track that comes from Cavalry, of all the different sort of themes or worlds or whatever that they were working on during the whole restoration phase and everything. So yeah, this, I'm very much looking forward to it. Favorite band, all that fun stuff. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into it. Okay, a lot of stuff happening right now. There's some orchestral symphonic elements. There's some Lyrical hour into some very soft stuff. Great vocals, as to be expected. Stuff going on with the guitar in the back. Great percussion. Okay. Oh, that was nice right there. That little pause with the guitar just doing its thing and everything. Oh. That was great drumming. Oh, that is nice right there. That's reminding me of, oh, something I've been listening to lately. Oh, that. Oh, that was heavy right there. Oh, this is so good. Oh, it's just so good. Okay, slowing down again. Bringing in back some symphonic elements. Very nice, very nice. Good drums kicking in. Of course, some guitar out the back. Would have been good to go into a guitar solo right there, but good little atmospheric break for sure. That is so good. Great chorus, great chorus. Not my favorite from them, but a really good one. Alright, and back to symphonic stuff for the outro. Very nice. I think that's some, sort of distorted choir back there. Very nice. Of course, strengthen some horns as well. Okay, bit of a sudden cut off there. I think going up, not great. It feels like it's maybe leading into something else, and now maybe it ties it directly into the next track, who knows, but I think if it had gone down, would have been fine, but going up, No, aside from that one bit right there, that one final note, that was good. Might actually be my favorite from them. There is, of course, a certain element of new music, but might be my favorite from them. Of course, I think they did a little more, but everything else was fantastic. Though a guitar solo would have been appreciated. But yeah, that was very good. That was very good. So, lyrical analysis time. I'm using the translation by BABYMETAL, so kudos to them for getting this done so quickly. Before I hop in, there's one thing I need to point out with the lyrics that's super cool. This was partially written by BABYMETAL. It's 3 folks tagged as songwriters with this, BABYMETAL, BABYMETAL, and then, of course, BABYMETAL, who we all know. I don't know who the others are. I would assume they've probably worked with BABYMETAL in the past. I feel like I've at least heard BABYMETAL. I've heard that name before, but don't know who they are. But this is the first time BABYMETAL has been credited as a writer on any of their music, so that is very cool. But there's a lot of good stuff in the lyrics. Now, going in, I should say this is a concept album, and it can be hard to do some analysis of lyrics on concept albums without the entire album, because there's a lot of stuff that really improves upon knowing the full story being told, knowing how everything ties together, so on and so forth. There can oftentimes be sort of tie-ins and everything that you don't realize without the full album. So I'm not going to really be doing a literal interpretation here, as much as I would like to. I can't really focus on the story. And then there's a lot of fantasy elements, specifically in this first verse. We approach the long night, noisy wind is blowing, the powerful gather here, holding the blade of heart, oath together. That's one of those instances where translation does not always work all that well. Shout together, let's start this journey from here. You're very fantasy sounding, and a lot of times just very strong fantasy stuff. Not a lot to interpret there. There's not too much meaning you can glean from dragons and swords and orcs and goblins and all that. It's just a lot of fun. But there is a lot of stuff in here that can be gotten into. This is essentially talking about the beginning of a long journey and sort of setting your own path in life, everything like that. Continue to your imagine tomorrow being the line that I really like with that. And then, of course, following after that, it's time to go your way, finish this open road. It is about striving towards a set goal. I'll talk about how Road of Resistance, there's been some comparisons going between this track and that track. How Road of Resistance is sort of going down an unknown path, whereas this one is going down a path you yourself have set, going towards your own goal and everything. Very good stuff there. And it's about sort of fighting for that goal and everything. The time to battle has come again, a lot of fantasy stuff, but it's time to fight for this goal you've set yourself. And then, this line out here, even short-lived desire goes against your destiny. I quite like that. It is sort of a reminder to not set aside your goal for something quick and easy and a bit fun. It is that stuff doesn't really matter in the long run. This thing you're striving for, just that you're striving towards, that's not the phrase. This thing you're working toward. Oh my god, I did it again. This end goal, that's what matters. We'll phrase it that way so I don't mess it up again. But yeah, a lot of good stuff in here. There's not too much to dig into just because there is a lot of story being told with this that we don't have the full story of it, and then of course the fantasy stuff that just, you can't really dive into that too much. I'm just like, hey, fantasy stuff is super fun. There's not too much to dig into with it, but a lot of good stuff in here. I can't wait to see how this ties into the rest of the story and everything. I can't wait to see just the whole story in general. But sort of that broader meaning we're getting of, an end goal, a specific goal you're trying to reach and everything is really nice. You're reminded to keep fighting for it and everything. Very good stuff, very good stuff. And then, of course, there's all a multiverse stuff tying in, which just hurts my brain. That's a whole album of things I can't dive into. That stuff just hurts my brain. But this track, I think I said this at the beginning, I believe this is the one based off of Cavalry, of course, suggested by the cover art having a horse on it, and then of course the visualizer as well having horses. And I don't have too much to dive into with that. I really like that because there's as soon as I saw that there's a thing called Cavalry with this, my mind just immediately played the Corporal song, I Want to Be in the Cavalry. So, very good song, that one. If y'all like some sort of folk country kind of stuff, check it out. Honestly, that whole album, Horse Soldier, really good stuff. Good variety on there. Strangely large amount of emotion, for an album about the cavalry, or at least mostly about the cavalry. But yeah, very, very good album. Would recommend both I Want to Be in the Cavalry and I Want to Be in the Cavalry Reprise. But there's been in my head every time I think about this song, so I had to mention that because it's cool. But yeah, not anything else to dive into with the lyrics. A lot of good stuff here, though. But to get into the music, that was good. That was really good. Vocals were phenomenal. I couldn't say what sort of the mix between Sue and Moa was. It's very hard for me to tell that unless they are doing something very different or a live performance that, I'm seeing, not just listening to the audio of it. But I would guess that it's probably Moa doing the backing vocals and everything, and Sue, of course, doing the main singing. Tends to be how it's set up, but very good vocals in here. I mean, Sue is one of my all-time favorite vocalists. She's got just a phenomenal voice. Not too much to dive into with that, but just very good. The vocals of the chorus were actually amazing, though I think the chorus needed a bit more going on with it. It felt a little empty, for lack of a better term. The vocals in there were phenomenal, and then vocals everywhere else, of course, were phenomenal as well. The drums are a real standout part of this. They didn't have any moments, it's like, oh, that's insane right there. It's the whole time, it's like, oh, these are so good. It's very, very good drumming in this one. There was, I think it was that, like, sort of middle section, that I thought was going to go into a guitar solo and it didn't, which was disappointing, but there's, like, some electronic drums that came in there that I really liked. I love a good sort of electronic drum when it's utilized well. Really fell in love with those through Sleep Token's utilization of them, especially in songs like that, which, while it is probably my least favorite from them, is a great song, and the drumming in there, especially the electronic drumming, is very good. But yeah, that was quite nice. The guitar was really good. There's that one part that's like, I was not expecting how heavy that was. I mean, BABYMETAL have gone pretty heavy in the past. Rondo of Nightmare and Sisanger really coming to mind for that. I can't think of anything too heavy off of Metal Galaxy. I guess the Name Of had some heavy stuff, but I guess that's just a heavy track in general. It didn't have to like really, oh, that's heavy. This got surprisingly heavy for BABYMETAL. And it reminded me of someone, and I can't think of who, but there's some artist I've been listening to that just has very similar guitar tone and honestly similar sort of riding with the guitar in that section. I can't think of who it was, but of course, anything that reminds me of something else I like is going to make me happy. So that was very nice, and the guitar work through the rest of it. Well, that really heavy part was probably my favorite. Oh, it was some great guitar, great tone to it. Approached having some of that good chunk that I love, wasn't quite there, which is a shame. BABYMETAL have gone there a few times. Starlight, is that? Now I gotta look at the song title, because I'm second-guessing myself? Starlight, there's some good chunk in that one. Would've loved some good chunk in here. But, it's really the approach to it which made me happy. But great guitar tone. The bass, I think I could sort of sense it, if that makes any sense, going along with the guitar, but I think it needed to be a bit higher in the mix. Could not hear it, couldn't really feel it. I could kind of get an idea of, like, I think the bass is doing this, but I don't know what the bass was doing. It's just like, I think there's some bass there doing that little thing, and that was it. I'm sure it was good, but I could not hear it, could not feel it. Needed to be a bit higher in the mix. And also I would probably benefit from some headphones that are a bit better with the bass as well, because I do love me some good bass. Probably my favorite instrument behind drums, but yeah, bass sadly could not tell. And then, of course, the symphonic elements and everything. Oh, that was nice. I always love when metal brings that in. I don't actually listen to much symphonic metal, But non-symphonic metal that brings in elements like that, oh, it's so good. It's so good and utilized really well in here. Not too over the top, but definitely some good, use that little spice on top of everything that I always talk about. That was very nice. I think there are actually some sort of atmospheric electronic elements in there as well, which, again, very nice. But the symphonic elements were alongside the drums, and in that one really heavy guitar part were a real highlight of the track. But yeah, overall, really good track. Do wish it had had a guitar solo, and I do wish it had had just a little more with the chorus, just a bit more punch almost. The chorus felt a bit disjointed from the rest of the song. It felt like it wasn't quite on the same level as the rest of the song. That's the way to phrase it. But aside from those two things, fantastic track. I will have to wait for the whole new music phase to fade away, but I do think this will be my favorite track from BABYMETAL, at least until something else off of the album comes out, because maybe something else will take this spot. Something else will probably take this spot. Singles off of albums tend to be my least favorite tracks off of them. Maybe it's just because I've already heard them a lot, but generally I've found that the weakest tracks tend to be the singles for whatever reason. But yeah, very, very good song. I'd give it a full 10 out of 10, easily. Has a few flaws, sure, as every song is going to, but pretty much perfect. No real complaints, just a few things that, it would have been nice if they'd done that. But yeah, just phenomenal track. But don't have anything more to say on it, and we already know what song we're reacting to next time. It's going to be the, Mamamoo Plus track Better, I think that's what it's called, because this one took the spot for that, so next episode we'll react to that, and then, next episode, did I call these things episodes? Next video we'll react to that, and then select, whatever the next reaction will be, back to the status quo and everything, and then hopefully we'll finally get through all of the new releases, which most of them are not new anymore, so I can get back to requests, because I really want to check out the stuff y'all want me to check out. But yeah, we'll get to that next time. But nothing more to say. I could say more, but I'm going to force myself not to, because it's getting late. I've already said everything I need to say, and I want to go watch the new episode of Andor. So I'm going to shut myself up. That is it for the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your own thoughts on the track, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to, which I will get to one day. It will just take a very long time. I'm sorry. But, yeah, link in the description so you can check out the visualizer, support the artist, link to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my link tree, which has all my other stuff in it in case any of that interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, this is going to do it. So once again, thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.